A very warm welcome to all my lovely students. Hope you all have seen video number 1 and video number 2 of this lesson. Today in this video, students, we will be doing the second part and the last part. The second and the last part of the detailed reading and explanation of this lesson, that is lesson 6, Seher Goes Stargazing. Hope the part which has been explained earlier is clear to you all. A small summary is that it is a story about a girl, Seher, and her dreams, and how her father supported her in fulfilling her dreams, and both of them had a plan, and one day they headed towards Sariska, a place in Alwar in Rajasthan, and there they went to see the stars, a group of stars, constellation, the Great Bear. And while she was trying to watch that particular constellation, she came across a comet, and then father started pouring out all important informations related to comet. So now students, let us do the detailed reading and explanation of the remaining part of this lesson. So please place your books in front of you.
Place your books in front of you, students. Lesson 6, page number 62. This is the third video, and in this video we will be completing the detailed explanation of the second and the last part of this lesson. And in the previous part I have already explained you about the incident which took place, that is Seher and her father, they went to Sariska to have a close view of a constellation, that is the Great Bear. And while she had set the telescope and she was looking through the telescope, she suddenly gave a excited cry. She saw something and it vanished. And then when her father looked through the telescope, he said that no, it wasn't a star. It was a comet. And then he started giving information related to comet. He said that it is a Greek word which means hair on the head. It has a very unclear tail or head, whichever way you see it from. Moreover, they do not have light of their own. They shine when the light of the sun falls on them, just like the moon. So now the next part of the lesson, that is, it starts from here, students. If a comet isn't a star, what is it? Asked Seher. Now Seher was very curious. As I told you that she is always interested in the studies of heavenly bodies. When she came to know about comets, now she wanted all the informations regarding this. So now the question came from her is, if a comet isn't a star, what is it? The father answered, you can think of a comet as a ball of ice, dust and small pieces of rock going around the sun. When it goes too close to the sun, the heat melts the ice and great clouds of gas and dust go streaming behind it. This is what appears to be the tail or fuzzy head of the comet. So here, students, we get some important information about the comet. And first of all, what is the information? The information is about the formation. How is it formed? It is formed, that is, it is a ball of ice, dust and small pieces of rock going around the sun. So when it goes around the sun, it starts collecting lot of things like rocks. And when it goes too close to the sun, then the heat of the sun, it melts the ice and great clouds of gas and dust is formed. So when ice starts melting, what happens? a cloud of gas and dust is formed, and this goes behind the comet, and it is seen as if that is streaming behind it. That means forming a tail. And so that is why it appears that it has a tail or a fuzzy. That means fuzzy is an adjective, students. It means an unclear head. So how is it formed? When it goes very close to the sun, then the ice starts melting and it forms like a tail that is streaming behind it. And so we get a look of a tail or a unclear head of the comet. Most people have never seen a comet because they are too far from us. Okay. So most people have never seen a comet because they are too far for us to see without powerful telescopes, said her father. So if we are seeing through our naked eye, students, we cannot see the comet. We always need a very powerful telescope to see a comet. So, who first discovered and wrote about comets? Asked Seher. Now Seher became very curious and she wanted to know more about stars and heavenly bodies. So she asked her father that who was the person who first discovered and wrote about these heavenly bodies? And then the answer came from father. He said, an English astronomer by the name of Edmond Halley discovered and first wrote about comets and their movements. Some small comets melt completely and are never seen again. Some big comets reappear many times because only a small part of the ice melts when it comes near the sun. Now here a clear explanation is given, and the father told that an English astronomer, here the word English, it is written in capital letter, students, it's proper noun. An astronomer, a person who studies the heavenly objects. And again here the name Edmond Halley. It is the name of a particular person, so it is written in capital letter. Discovered, past tense of discover. Wrote, past tense of the word write. So what information did father give? He said that an English astronomer whose name was Edmond Halley, he first wrote about comets and their movement. So he studied a lot about this type of heavenly bodies, and then he wrote about comets and their movements. And he said that some comets which are very small, when they come very close to sun, they melt and completely disappear. But some comets which are very big, when they come close to the sun, only a small part of it melts. So they again reappear. And the interesting thing which he said was that there was a particular time to reappear. Let's see. Okay, here students, small, some, their adjective, big, adjective, many times. The word many, it is adjective. Again here small part is adjective. So let's continue this paragraph. From here, some big comets reappeared many times because only a small part of the ice melts when it comes near the sun. Now one particular comet that Halley saw was named after him. And why it was named after him? It was named after him because he calculated correctly that it would reappear every 75 years. And it does. So why this man is given so much of importance, particularly this man, Edmund Halley. He is given so much of importance because he calculated correctly the time when a particular comet will reappear, that is after every 75 years. And his calculation was so correct that that particular comet was named after him, and that comet is called Halley comet. And till now, it always reappears after every 75 years.
Students, what did I read just now? Here I read that Father is giving information to Seher about heavenly body. And which body, students? It is about comet. And as I told you that Seher is very much interested in the study of all heavenly objects. So Father is telling how comets are formed. He said that comet is a ball of ice, dust and small particles of rocks. When they come near the sun, with the heat of the sun, they start melting. The ice and the dust, they start melting. And then they form a small unclear tail streaming after the comet. That is called as fuzzy tail. So as you look at it, from whichever side you look, you can feel that it is having an unclear head or an unclear tail. And because of that heat, when the ice and dust starts melting, it forms a stream, that is a flow of liquid. So this is the reason why people say that comets have tail. Then again, Seher wanted to know that who first wrote and discovered about comet. And then Father said that there was a great English scientist known as Edmund Halley. He was the first one who wrote about comet. He said that there are numerous n number of comets in our universe. The small ones, when they come close to the sun, with the heat of the sun, they get vanished or they disappear. But the bigger ones, when they come near the sun, only a small part of it gets disappeared, or you can say a small part of it gets melted and the rest of the part is still there. So the comet again reappears. And Edmund Halley calculated the year of one particular comet, that it would appear after 75 years. And that particular comet was named after him as Halley comet. And it appeared twice, and now it is going to appear in 2061. So students, as I read this paragraph, we came across some words. Just have a look at the board. The first word we came across was streaming. This word is used as adjective as well as noun. Now what is the meaning? The meaning of the word streaming when it is taken as noun: continuous flow of liquid, air, etc. It is also, sometimes this word is also used as continuous flow of data. But here, related to this lesson, the word streaming, it means continuous flow of liquid, air, etc. Now the next word, discover. It is a verb and it means to find out something.
In this paragraph, we got the information about comets, how they are formed, what happens to the small comets, and what happens to the bigger ones, how they exist. Now let us see the next paragraph. The last time Halley's comet came near Sun and Earth was in 1986. Before that, it was seen in 1910. So students, just mark, it is a difference of 75 years. So I am repeating once again. The last time Halley's comet came near Sun and Earth was in 1986. Here students, last is adjective. Halley, it's the name of a particular person. So it is written in capital letter. Sun and Earth, again capital letters. Before that, it was seen in 1910. Long before even your grandparents were born. So now father was in a mood of relaxation and in a mood of joke. So he said that when it was first seen in 1910, that was long before even grandparents of Sayre, they were also not born. Both times, people all over the world stood outside at night to see it. The next time it comes near Earth will be in the year 2061. And then he asks jokingly, how old will you be then? So, according to the calculation, it is 1910, then it is 1986, and then it will appear, that is, it will reappear on 2061. So, again here in these sentences, students, next time, next, it is adjective. So let us come to the next paragraph. Sayre laughed. Sayre, proper noun. Sayre laughed at the thought and said, that will allow me so much more time to learn about stars. I think I want to be an astronomer and discover new things. New, it is adjective. Here also students, the adjectives are here. So listening this, Sayre laughed and she said, by that time, which time? By 2061. Sayre said that she would learn lot more things about the stars. And that time only we come to know that what is her aim, what is a dream. A dream is that she wants to become an astronomer and she wants to discover new things and new things related to the space and universe. Excellent, Sayre. In fact, in late 2011, scientists discovered another solar system with 2 suns and as many planets as our system. So again, father gave information that some of the scientists are still, they are trying to find new things in the universe, and in 2011 scientists discovered another solar system just like ours, but that system, solar system, it has 2 suns. So here again adjective 2 and as many planets as ours. So it has as many planets as we are having, but it is having 2 suns. So still scientists, they are busy finding new things in the universe. They have also discovered that Mars has 100 times more water than was thought earlier. So I am repeating this line again. That Mars has 100 times more water than was thought earlier. So here again in this paragraph, we are getting some more information, students, about the universe. First, we came to know that our solar system, like our solar system, scientists have found another solar system, but the difference is that it had 2 suns. And then another belief that changed, and that was that Mars has 100 times more water than was thought earlier. Earlier it was thought that Mars was not having any water. But then this assumption changed. the universe is infinite. Universe means the whole earth, that is the space and the time. And the writer is telling that this is infinite, that means unending. It is having no ends. There is a lot more waiting to be discovered. Means there are a lot of things in the universe, in the space that needs to be discovered. Maybe you will make the next big discovery. So now father is telling, seeing Seher's interest, that maybe you will be the next person to find out a new thing related to the universe, because universe is endless. There are a lot of things which we still don't know. So he, even in this sentence, he is encouraging Seher to pursue, that means to take astronomy as her career. She should become an astronomer and find out new and endless things which are in our universe. Like the two things which he had discussed here is that solar system with two suns, and the assumption which we were having about Mars, that also changed. Scientists found that now Mars has more water than we have thought. And then again with this sentence, that our universe is unending and there is a lot more waiting to be discovered. So there are a lot more things, maybe new planets, maybe sun, universe, constellation, which needs to be discovered. And Seher is being encouraged that she should take interest and try to find out new things related to our universe. So students, with this we have completed the detailed explanation of this lesson.
Students, what did I read in this part of the story? That is the last part. Here I read that the Halley comet, it reappears after every 75 years. The first time it was visible in 1910, then in 1986, and now we would be seeing it in the year 2061. And then father jokingly asked Seher that, Seher, just calculate what would be your age by that time. Then Seher said that, father, by that time I would learn a lot more information about stars, planets and heavenly body. And now here we come to know that she is even determined that she would become an astronomer, that is a person who studies the science of stars, heavenly bodies and universe, because she wanted to discover new things. Then again father said that the last information which father added, he said that in 2011 the scientists had discovered another solar system just like ours, but it has two suns. Another information he gave was that the scientists found that Mars is having more water than what we generally expected. So father wanted to say from these two examples that there are a lot of things in our universe which needs to be discovered. And he is even encouraging Seher that, Seher, if you are interested in this field, you should study this science and science of heavenly bodies and find out and discover many new things. So students, please look at the board. While reading, we came across some new words, and the words are: number one, astronomer. It is a noun. It means a person who studies the science of stars, planets and universe. I am repeating, it's a noun. A person who studies the science of stars, planets and universe. Next, infinite. It is adjective and it means unending. That means our universe is unending. Next, universe. It's a noun. It means space and time. All the heavenly things, the earth, whatever comes under our universe. So please note down these, students. Students, with this, we have completed the second part and the last part, that is the last and the second part of the detailed explanation of this lesson. So hope whatever has been explained in this video is clear to you. In the next video, students, I will be explaining the textual exercises of this lesson. So till then, students, have a nice day. Thank you.